What's up guys, Ranger here, and I'm back with the next episode of MLP. And again, some people really want me to do this episode, which is the 8th episode of MLP. Sorry, the 9th. Sadlle, Row, and Wreck. Is that right? Okay. Sorry, I was just confirming that. Okay, anyway. And a friend of mine also told me that I'm really going to love this episode. And I'm really excited for it, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get on with the episode. Hopefully my camera will not decide to do something stupid this time. I really hope not. So, full screen. Confirm everything's working a-okay. Good, good, good. Okay, starting the video in 3, 2, 1, click.
Come on! If we hurry, we can get there before the paper's even delivered to Rarity's house. Maybe she won't read the article.
I'm pretty sure Rarity's gonna read a review of her new boutique in Manhattan.
Uh-oh.
I still can't believe we all just blabbed everything that happened to that reporter.
I just hope it doesn't end up being an article about how her friends almost ruined the opening.
Oh boy.
I think you're all overreacting. Rarity's our friend. If any pony is gonna understand,
3,
it'll be her.
2, 1.
I was wondering when all of you were going to show up.
Now we can all read the review together!
Uh-oh.
I have an idea. How about we don't read it? What she means is,
Cute
before you read
Daisy.
it, we should probably tell you about... No, darling. Please, no
Uh-oh.
spoilers.
What happened?
But no spoilers!
That's kind of like me with the new episodes. That's kind of like me with the new episodes. Okay, this is very interesting so far. Hey Dirt. I'm really curious about what the review says. And it's kind of funny because I'm feeling a sense of similarity, of familiarity, whenever it comes to the reviews. Like for that. Like, uploading a video, posting a story or something, waiting to see.
Now, is every pony ready to hear what I'm sure is a stellar review that describes in stunning detail exactly how each of you contributed to the successful opening of Rarity for you? Many a pony has tried their
The Sadlle
hardest at
Row
joining the
review,
ranks of the
okay.
elite fashion trendsetters currently ensconced in the boutiques of Manhattan's famed Sadlle Row. Some might say it's the ultimate achievement in equestrian fashion, and never before has a reporter been granted such unfettered, behind-the-scenes access until now. I wish it had been more fettered. I sat down with Rarity and her friends after the opening to get the inside scoop. And what a scoop it was!
Oh, this is a flashback! Oh, cool.
Okay, kid, you successfully opened a shop in Manhattan, and that's no mean feat. Most ponies might wonder what it feels like. Here's how it's gonna be. I'm gonna interview you and your friends so I can paint a picture of how it all came together.
A word picture, mind you, not an actual picture.
Any questions?
Well, I was wondering how...
Let's get started.
Okay, so far I love the
You've
atmosphere
got
of
shops all
inside
over
this cafe.
Equestria, but this was your first time trying to make it in the big city. What made you think you could tackle it on your own?
Well, I wouldn't say all over Equestria. I just have 2 other boutiques. One in my home.
Planes, trains, and automobiles reference in the background.
Still, when I decided to open this one, I was nothing but confident.
Let's just say that if I could choose, I probably wouldn't do it that way again.
Well, it wasn't the funnest party ever.
It was a plum-puckered, pig-pushing disaster.
A lifetime of awesome? I think every pony's allowed to mess up every now and then, right? Wait, are you writing this down?
It
She-
didn't go exactly how I thought it
Oh,
would.
flutters.
But it, started out all right.
That was adorable.
Welcome to Sadlle Row, an entire street lined with the most fashionable boutiques in all of Equestria.
If it's supposed to be the most fashionable block of shops, where's Stinky Bottom's Discount Hat Emporium?
I suppose it didn't make the cut. Here it is! Rarity for you!
Oh, yeah. So we do get to see inside the
Rarity,
building
it's
now.
lovely. But are you sure you'll be ready to open tonight?
No need to fret over a mere modest amount of preparation.
That was
Our
cute.
clothes arrive soon. My sales associate after that, and with a little dusting, we'll be ready for the grand opening tonight.
Rarity, so good to see you. Your store, it's going to be a very good place, I think.
Mr. Stripes owns the building. He's a very pleasant landlord. Although he can be pushy at times. Okay, all the time.
You've met my daughter? The apple of my ear, the hay in my hoof. You will let her work with you.
It's just, I'm dreadfully busy preparing for tonight's grand opening. As you can see,
There are only two things I love more than being pushy. One is my daughter.
And second
The
is
other
money.
is miniature doll furniture. And I would sell my entire mini furniture collection to make my daughter happy. You understand?
I'm sorry. I just don't think it's going to be possible.
Let me say another way. Hire her or I raise rent until you no can afford.
Oh, welcome aboard.
First idea! Instead of clothes, we sell glow-in-the-dark teeth!
Like this.
But they glow in the dark!
Golly, what a splendid idea. Glow in the dark teeth. What was she thinking? Secretary, your assistance is required in the stockroom. Okay.
Oh.
Hello. What are they doing here? Smokey made too much noise eating garbage, so Softpad's mother made them move out of the trash can. Then Smokey Jr. found a house in the crawl space behind the building, but Mr. Stripes demolished it, so they were temporarily camped out in the back until they found a new place to live. Oh, no, I can't have a family of rubbish-scented raccoons living in my boutique. Did you hear that? Turns out there's a Club Pony party palace upstairs. Turns out there's a Club Pony palace upstairs!
Okay. What? Okay. I love these characters. I love the lighting effects here.
Sorry, could you please ask her to turn it down? Could you ask her to turn it down, please? Turn it down, please! Oh, please!
Hey! Man, we haven't seen them in a long time.
Fools today listen to their so-called music far too loud. I realize that makes me sound like an old mare. But this is business!
The relatability here.
I wish we were having as much fun as they are. Well, sweeping can be fun too. Sweep, 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 sweep. Sweep, 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 sweep. Only Twilight could make a dance remix about sweeping. How lame is that?
Yeah, it wasn't even catchy.
Nope.
Oh, the connection with these things. That was adorable.
Sweep, 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 sweep.
Apparently DJ owns
Waiting
me.
for the
He has a
fandom to jump
residency
on
at the
this.
party palace upstairs, but security won't let me speak to her. What in the name of Celestia was that? You know how most stores
How did
have a
you-
little
never
jingle
mind.
bell when the door opens? I thought we should have something with a little more pizzazz. So I installed one of Daddy's antique horns. We'll have to do something about that. After I think of a way to quiet down that music. And after I finish designing the window display. Wait. Is this my merchandise shipment from Ponyville? It's completely disorganized.
Coco!
Gesundheit! Oh, Miss Pommel!
Oh my gosh!
Now, as the sole sales associate at Rarity for you, I hate to add to your already overflowing plate of responsibilities.
I think she's
It
sick.
looks as though we have just a tad more to do before tonight than I thought. Actually, I can't work tonight. Oh, why not?
Oh, poor thing.
Feel better, my sweet? We'll manage without you. Somehow. And we'll manage glowing teeth and car horns and disorganized clothes and dance.
Car horns.
Am I forgetting anything?
Cars are now canon.
What am I going to do?
Of course.
Well, opening a store in Manhattan is a pretty big deal.
Cute.
It's natural that Rarity would be a little stressed about how it was going, since it wasn't going well. Still,
There's lots
I
of
think
adorable.
she handled it all right.
There's lots of adorable faces there.
I know things haven't
Just calm
been easy
down
so far,
and
but
focus.
we've done this kind of thing before.
Yep.
If we all work together,
I appreciate the offer. This is Manhattan. Make it in the fashion scene here. Everything has to be perfect. The perfect location. The perfect clothes. The perfect opening.
maybe we should just postpone.
Postpone? Darling, tonight is the last night of the fall season. If we don't open tonight, it won't be...
Right.
Perfect.
Yes, I know it needs to be done. I just need more of me. Oh, how I wish I could make copies of myself.
Uh-oh. Oh, crap. I know.
Making copies of yourself always sounds like a great idea, but before you know it, you're locked in a room with 50 Pinkie Pies watching paint dry. We can do this, and we can stay true to your vision.
Do that? Fluttershy, you'll handle those strong-smelling raccoons for me? Of course.
Leave plaid stripes to me. I'll handle her and her, good ideas.
And I can go upstairs to that non-stop party and have tons of fun and eat some cake and set up party cannons and then make them be quiet.
Oh, gosh.
I'm
That's
pretty sure I know
completely...
some pony who wouldn't mind organizing this merchandise shipment for you. I'm talking about myself. Oh, please let me organize it.
This all sounds splendid, but I don't even have a single employee, and I'll need the best of the best.
Leave the hiring to me.
Oh, no.
This is it, my dears. You can handle these problems. I'll focus on the designs for the front window display. We'll show Manhattan what Rarity for you is all about. Oh, what would I do without you?
What would she do without us? Let me think.
That's adorable.
Darlings, I'm absolutely doomed. Doomed. I sounded just like her. Hey, you're not writing this down, are you?
Now for the perfect
There are many adorable faces in this episode. Vinyl! That's another Pinky. No, that's not a Pinky clone.
I can't really stop a super fun party in the middle of mega happy fun times, can I? Oh, what Rarity wants?
Pick that puppy
Oh.
till the break of dawn.
Really?
Indubitably. And as for the roof, get jiggy. Raise it, Pinky. Raise it like you've never raised it before.
If you say so.
Oh, please, Pinkie Pie. Never in a million years would I say such balderdash.
Obviously, DJ Pondry only plays the sickest of beats. I just wouldn't want her to miss out on the coolest new music straight from the back alley underground zip-zop party scene. I'd play the whole thing if I were you, no matter what other ponies think.
Okay, I love those three characters there.
And to me, that means the fastest. Now,
The other three.
Before we begin, am I doing this right? What would Larry want? New plan. Who can be the first one to tell me what fabric this is?
That's
Whoa!
organza.
Are you sure?
It's a thin, plain weave, sheer fabric traditionally made from silk, so yeah.
I don't know the first thing about clothes. Pretty much all I can do is look at something and tell you if it's clothes or not. Chair? Not clothes.
See if you can keep up with me there. What
That was adorable.
Clothes made of.
Fabric?
Bingo! Well, not in this store. Not anymore.
Oh no?
Two words for you. Spoon clothes. All our clothes will be made of spoons.
What would Rarity want? You know, I like you, Plaid Stripes. If it were up to me, we'd have a spoon clothes store right next to Stinky Bottom's Discount Hat Emporium. But it ain't up to me. So, the answer is no. Personally, I think spoon clothes ain't such a bad idea. Useful, too. Cooking soup, stirring gumbo, digging little holes.
There. Perfect.
Wow.
Although, what would Rarity want? Maybe she wouldn't like it done by color. Guess I have to start over. Hello, Smokey. Soft Pad. Smokey Jr. I have some interesting news. I'd like you all to stay here forever, but what would Rarity want?
Oh, flutters.
A window display is the first thing.
Well,
customers
then.
see. And if they like it, they'll walk inside and experience the glory that is my boutique.
Whoa.
I don't know which one of you to hire. Just keep guessing fabrics. Daddy, Rarity's friend doesn't like my ideas.
Spoon clothes is good idea.
Oh no, not a shopping music mashup. I'm sorry.
Oh, gosh.
When you write the story, could you maybe skip over the part where we locked Rarity in the window display?
Hello?
Oh, crap.
Stop!
Yep, we're working on it. Well, we shouldn't let this time go to waste. How did this happen? I shut down the party.
I told Plaid Stripes no.
I asked the raccoons to leave. I asked a lot of fabric questions. Just like I thought Rarity would want. Rarity asked us to help her with everything because she knows all of us so well. She knows how much you care for animals. She'd trust you to solve the problem your way. Maybe we should all do the same. Doing this our way is what Rarity wants. It's not too late. Let's all dig in and we can fix this. Before Rarity finds out how bad we messed up.
Or before the whole place gets nuked and Fallout Equestria
I'm
begins.
sorry I asked you to leave. The place is yours, if you want to stay. Though I would like to ask you all just one favor. I'm sorry I made you play that unfun, super boring music. If you're up for it, I have an idea to make the party even better. Okay, I don't get fabric.
I love how mellow vinyl is. Like, no big deal.
Some pony fast enough to help all the customers Rarity is gonna have. So, first one to the river and back gets the job. It's a race. Go!
Really?
Mr. Stripes, I owe your daughter an apology. She's got good ideas, and I should give them a chance. So here's what I'm thinking.
Wow.
Perfect.
Ow.
Well,
Ow.
looks like we fixed that door just in time. Ooh. Ooh. What's all this?
Wow.
The whole place organized by style, cross-referenced by size, and reverse-indexed by fabric. She'll be able to find anything in 3 seconds flat. It was some of my best work.
Adorable doily.
Oh, I knew I could count on you.
All right. I suppose this is the moment of truth.
Rarity for you is now open.
for such a crowd. How will I handle them all? My name's Blue Bobbin. I'll be your personal shopping assistant this evening.
Right this way, every pony.
And I bet
one of
shipping
us
those two has already
talented
began,
sales
hasn't it?
Ponies can help you out. Honestly, they were all pretty slow, but they finished the race. Plus, they knew a lot more about fabric than I did. So, I hired them all.
Adorable Dashie as well. Oh yeah!
The way I see it, Rarity designs fashion, DJ Pone 3 designs beats. What better combination than a boutique dance club?
After a quick bath, we were more than willing to help.
Ah,
Wow.
a blue corn reduction with shallot confit. But how can I possibly enjoy it without a...
Told you spoon clothes ain't such a bad idea.
Exquisite.
Wolverine, right?
This is the most whimsical and wonderfully fashionable boutique I've
I love the
ever
music.
seen.
Wow, the headphones.
In the end, Rarity's grand opening was a smashing success.
Of course, she wore them
Got
before.
off to a rocky start, but somehow this ragtag group of ne'er-do-wells, oh, Heather, I think he means you, came together and created the perfect boutique, a vision of Rarity, combined with the expertise of her friends. This reporter, for one, is a believer. Why didn't you tell me there were so many problems?
We all figured you had enough on your mind.
And we didn't want you to think that the opening wasn't perfect.
Ne'er-do-wells or not, I know I can always count on all of you. Nothing could be more perfect than that.
Aww. Okay. Okay. Now, I have to say, this episode is a really, really great episode. It's definitely up there on my list of episodes that I really enjoy. As far as being on the on my list of episodes that are my favorites so far, I don't know if I can say that it's on my list of most favorite episodes so far, but it's definitely extremely close. It's definitely extremely close. There was just a lot of adorable, fun things that was going on in this episode. The different faces that the characters made. I mean, it's clear the animators had a fun time with it. There was so many cute things going on in so many cute faces that the characters were making, and then we see the background characters that was added, the brand new ones. Again, really enjoyed those. And then we also got the mention that Rarity made about the music, and there was a bit of a similarity there because it's kind of relatable in a sense. It's a kind of a joke, like a long-running joke about people, older individuals making fun of younger people's music and so forth, or complaining about it. And it's kind of funny in a sense because, for me, because the same music that Rarity was complaining about, right there, I really like. But I also like the more calm orchestrational music that Rarity would also like as well. So I kind of fit neutral with that. I like both styles of music, both the high energetic, or the high energy electronic techno dance mixes, or like dubstep, wubs, whatever. But I also really like the more slower, calm orchestrational music, the more soothing tunes that can just help you just relax. And so I really love both. And it was really hilarious how they did that with Rarity there, and it was just comical. And like I said, I mean, again, I really enjoyed the story, and I love how that it was not this big action-packed adventure. How it was more calm and mellow. I loved how that played out. I loved how easy flowing that it was. How that it was just calm, how that it just focused on the characters' hijinks, on them trying to help out, and trying to put themselves into the horseshoes of their friend, and it not working out that way. And then again, I loved how that Vinyl came back, and we got to hear her perform again. We got to see some other characters dancing. We got to see some brand new characters introduced, and we got to see many awesome faces with the characters. And like I said, this episode might not be on my list of most favorite episodes so far this season, but it's definitely an episode that I really love. It's definitely an episode that I really love. And like I said, even if it's not on my list of personal favorite episodes this season, it's definitely really close. I mean, it's like right behind it. It just barely misses. But like I said, I love this episode. I really do. It was a fun episode. It was really awesome. I love the atmosphere with the different scenes, the lighting effects, the very mellow ambient scenes that was going on. And I love also, the continuity with carrying over with Rarity trying to open her boutique. I loved the callbacks, references to like the past with the multiple Pinkies and everything. I loved how that played out, and all the little gags and callbacks and everything. It was just a fun episode to just sort of let loose and just have fun. And so again, I'm really happy that they did this episode, and I'm really happy that they did it the way that they did do it. I'm really glad that they did. Because it just worked out for every single character. Every single character was awesome in this episode. Every single character, you could see them all like in their natural element, basically. And it was just so cute to see every single character in their natural element, and them sort of interacting with each other in that form. And so again, I really love this episode. And like I said, even though it might not be on my list of most favorite episodes, it's definitely extremely close. It's extremely close. And like I said, that doesn't mean that I don't like this episode. I love this episode. I really do. This is a fun episode. And it's it's energetic in a sense with the characters. Watching the characters, and it's also but it's also mellow. It's a nice calm episode that you can sort of just kick back with a mug of hot chocolate too, if you can actually manage to keep it down without blowing it all over your screen because of the comedy and like the different faces and everything. But again, I really love this episode, and I have to say, major props to Hasbro, everybody that worked on this episode, because I mean everything that was done in this episode, the animation, the gags, the music, little references in the backgrounds, the brand new character designs, which are all awesome too, the faces that were made, just the story, so much here. I have to applaud. So again, thank you so much for making this episode and for doing it the way that you did it, because it just worked that way. So again, thank you so much. A wonderful episode. Wonderful episode. A friend of mine made a mention that that Vinyl was actually somewhat important to the plot of the story in this episode, and I can see exactly why. It was really cool that Vinyl was there playing. It was really cool that Vinyl was there playing and just doing her normal thing, and just playing that party and just being Vinyl. It was so cool to be able to see her again. I loved it, and I see exactly what my friend was talking about. And it was so, and I love the music scene here. I love the scene that they were playing, and the music was great as well. I love this whole scene this whole music setup, this whole dance scene, the way that it was set up, it was very beautiful. It was energetic. I loved it. It was definitely Vinyl's flair. And I also really liked how cool and mellow Vinyl was whenever Pinky apologized for the other set of tunes. It wasn't really really wasn't up Vinyl's alley, and Vinyl just shrugged like, no big deal. And somebody else made a mention in the last episode, with my last episode review, that about Vinyl is still mute. And yeah, she didn't speak in this episode. And yeah, I would say probably, more canon-wise, she probably is mute, but to be completely honest, there's a good theory that part of the reason that, possibly a reason why that Vinyl does not have a voice in the show, is because nobody could actually capture the Vinyl's voice like Jessie can. And Jessie is pretty much the voice for Vinyl. And anytime I've seen people on comics before, artwork of Vinyl, make mentions like if it's a comic, they've read it, and they've pointed out that they read it in Jessie's voice. They could hear Jessie speaking as Vinyl in it. And so it would be really hard. The voice for Octavia is really good, and it sounds really good. It really fits her. But I imagine that if someone else did voice Vinyl, it wouldn't. I know how the fandom is. If the person that voiced Vinyl sounded like Jessie, it would be a good thing for Vinyl's character on the show, but at the same time, I know some other people would be upset that, like, how come Hasbro didn't hire Jessie? And I believe Jessie made a statement that she would never actually do official work like that. That she would always stick with fan work, because if she started doing official work like that, that it would mean she would no longer really be able to do any fan based works, and she would be a lot more limited. And besides that, if she did officially voice Vinyl, she might maybe get one voice line, maybe one or two per season. Whereas with the fan-based animations, they're kind of a bit more frequent, in a sense. So I can really understand that. And also, some people would not accept the new voice for Vinyl. And also, if Hasbro got somebody else to voice Vinyl and it didn't sound like Jessie, then fans would be upset. I already know how that would play out. Some people would be totally okay with it, others would be upset, and so, to be completely honest, I really truly understand the path that Hasbro is taking with not having Vinyl speak. And like I said, it works so that some people can imagine her being mute if they want to. Others, like myself, can imagine that she's not mute, but she just doesn't really talk that much. And so, like I said before, for me, I can see her as being mute or as being not really the talking type. But for me, my headcanon is that she can speak. She just doesn't really do it that much. But again, it was really great. It was really great to hear that music because, again, it's totally Vinyl. And I loved it, and, I love how mellow, how calm and mellow that she was. And I really, really loved it, and I totally see what my friend was talking about. So thank you very much for telling me about that and for urging me to watch this episode. So thank you very much. Now, another thing. Now, the story of this episode. Now, this was another one of those episodes. That had a very slow-paced story. It didn't have a lot of action. It didn't have a lot of drama. It was just really mellow in how that the story played out, how that the flow was, and everything. And honestly, I liked it. I really liked it. And it was really cool to be able to go back to the boutique, to the new boutique in Manhattan, and to be able to actually see them working on getting the boutique fixed up. I made a mention once before, whenever we first saw the building once before, that it would be cool, that it would be interesting to be able to see them actually fixing it up, and they did fix it, and it looks fantastic. I have to say, it looks fantastic. And again, this was a really cool, very mellow episode. And like I said, it didn't have any major action or drama or anything like that. It was just really mellow, very calm in how that the story played out. It didn't feature them going on any big adventures or having to overcome some major feat. It was more calm and mellow in how that it played out. And like I said, I'm really glad that they did that, because I don't believe myself that every single episode has to be a big dramatic thing. That some episodes can just be calm and mellow and still be able to maintain a good story with a good flow. And again, it's more like real life. I mean, sometimes you can do something, be action, adventure or something, and it be fun. Other times, just a really cool, really calm, mellow moment can be just as exciting for you as if you were going skydiving or something. So again, I'm really glad that they did this, and it was really cool that Rarity. I mean, the story, Rarity wants to open, she is at the deadline, she wants to open her boutique, and it does everything in a flashback to how that it played out. And it was really cool. And with the opening, with a review, it brought to mind about, kind of about YouTube and writing fan fiction. And I know for others, doing fan art, whenever you first upload or post something, and it's sort of waiting on the edge of your seat because you're wondering how people are actually going to feel about it, and so you're wondering how people are going to feel about it, how they're going to react. And so it was really, really cool. It had that sense of relatability there because of that. And we got to see some other references. Well, continue on with the story. I loved again, I loved how that again he focused on every single one of the characters trying to help Rarity in their own way. And we had a similar setup before with how they were trying to fix the castle, Twilight's castle. How every single one of the characters at the time was trying to fix Twilight's castle in in a similar way to how they would design their own home. And then they realized that they needed to think of how Twilight would have wanted it. And then in this episode, they tried to think of how Rarity would have wanted it, but it didn't work out. This is pretty much the exact opposite. They tried to think of how Rarity would have wanted it, and they pretty much tried to be Rarity, but because they didn't have her personality, her mentality, her ideals, it didn't work out. It didn't fit their character, and so it wasn't working out whenever they were trying to put themselves into her shoes, or horseshoes rather. And so they realized, like what Twilight said, Rarity trusted them to try to help in their own way. And so they had to try to help in their own way. And whenever they did that, it worked out. And so again, I really enjoyed this episode. I loved this episode. It was really cool. I loved the atmosphere with it. Again, I loved the calm, mellow setting for the episode, and there were lots of other scenes here. I love some of the characters. Some of the background characters, like these three little background characters during the performance with the Japan 3. The one that looks like Pinky, I love, and then the one on the right with the baseball cap. I love her design. It's really cute. I love it, and I really like the one. I really like the one on the left as well. But I have to say, of these three, my favorites my favorite would have to be the one on the far right, and right behind her would be like the Pinkie Pie sort of look-alike there. Definitely really like those characters, and I really can't wait to start seeing art of them and find out what their names are, see what their names are given to them. And then we also got the return of these like Beverly Hills ponies. We get to see them come back. It's been a long time since we've seen them, and it was really cute to be able to see them come back as well. And so it was really cool how that it went, and it stayed in. And there were also other references, things. Well, again, story wise, I really liked this episode. I really liked this episode. It was really cool, and I gotta say, I really enjoyed how mellow that it was, and how it didn't throw any action at you, and how that it just flowed with a very calm and mellow tone. I really enjoyed it. I have to say, I really liked this episode. And also, there were many other things here. There were so many adorable faces in this episode, with Twilight, with Pinkie, with Rainbow, with Applejack, with Fluttershy. There were so many adorable faces in this episode. It was so cute. I mean, there were many faces here, and I mean, it was just adorable. And I know there's going to be so many of these added under the cute tag on Derpy Brew, and I'm really looking forward to that. And I also loved the scene transitions whenever it transitioned between what was going on and it showing the characters in the cafe. I love the atmosphere with the cafe here. I love the calm, mellow scene, and I love the characters just sitting there talking, and you're pretty much in first-person perspective from the reporter. And you're listening to them, you're seeing them, and you're seeing you're seeing from his eyes. And it was just so cool and so cute how every single character was, and just how laid back that they were. Like with Pinkie just eating food here, Fluttershy gently playing with a spoon, Rainbow just like kicking back, and then Rainbow and Applejack just sitting there and like hoof bumping. I mean, it was so cool. Like the interactions with the characters there, and it was so cute and cool to be able to see this scene play out the way that it did, with them just sitting there and seeing that energy for every single character, and them just sitting there. And again, I love the background scene here, and there was many other scenes as well, like the atmosphere inside of the boutique, the atmosphere at the party. Again, very energetic, very beautiful. I love the lighting effects as well. And then we also got to see other little references. We got the planes, trains, and automobiles reference, at least the ones that I caught, and other references. I'm sure there's other references as well to some. Oh well, we got a callback to whenever Pinkie made the mention about multiple Pinkies, and then we see this other Pinkie just in the background, just sitting there. It was so cool. I mean, oh my gosh, and it makes you wonder just how many more Pinkies are actually running rampant. And again, I love that. That was very awesome. And then whenever the packages are brought and they're completely disorganized, to be completely honest, there was definitely a sense of familiarity with that, because I have ordered packages before. I have had a few packages lost in the mail, regrettably, and I've also I ordered some comics once, a couple of Disney comics, and one of them, whenever it arrived, the side was squished in, and it was tore, and the comic itself was tore on the cover and a few pages in. The plastic also looked at one point like somebody had took either a cigarette lighter, or a cigar, and accidentally dropped some ash on the plastic, causing it to char and turn black. And so, yes, so I know the feeling of being concerned whenever you order something and wondering exactly what kind of condition that you're going to get it in, if you get it at all. So I know the sense of relatability for that. It's not fun. That's one of those scenarios where, unfortunately, it kind of brings back painful memories for me. Now, there was many wonderful scenes here, really cute scenes, and many other. There might have been other references here, but I'm not really sure what they were. And again, we got many adorable faces with some of the characters, which was just really, really adorable to see. Many wonderful little adorable faces, and then again, the lighting, the new characters that were introduced, I'm really excited to be able to see them. And then Pinky having the angel and the devil on her shoulder. Again, I love that concept in a cartoon. It's hilarious. And it's interesting that they were in the shape of Rarity and not actually Pinky. That's interesting. And then both are telling Pinky to just raise the roof. And then the devil says, as if I would ever say that. And oh man, it was just hilarious, that like inner mental battle with Pinky that she was having there. And so again, lots of cuteness, lots of adorableness, and then some of the effects, like whenever Rainbow was holding that pattern piece, the effects of that was just wow, that was amazingly done. And again, I honestly said that's my first time seeing something like that in the show, at least that I can actually recall. And then we got to see Coco Pomel come back. It was really cute to be able to actually see Coco Pomel come back, and hopefully we'll get to see her again later on as well, and she won't be sick. But again, it was really cute. And we also got to see the raccoons, which is interesting because I have a very strong sense of relatability for this, because raccoons actually come around my house, no joke, and they will actually come up on my porch. And they are sort of tame now to the point that you can actually reach out the door and hold out a couple of slices of bread. They'll reach up, take it with their little paws into their mouths, and run away. They will do that. And it's kind of funny, whenever a couple of them comes up onto the porch at the same time, they start fighting over who's going to get the next piece of bread. And so the only thing at that point you can do is just open the door, throw out a few pieces, and hope that they will break up fighting and run after it. And again, we got to see there was a lot of things in this episode, a lot of cuteness with the characters. There was some really good gags in this episode, and I got to say, I really, really enjoyed this episode. And it's really interesting with the setup to see what exactly is going to happen in the future pertaining to this. And again, I love the atmosphere with this, and there was so many different things, like at the end whenever Pinky slides the bill for the food that she ate, it was adorable. And that face that she made. And again, there was just a lot of things going on. There was like so much going on in the background as well. We got to see like returning characters, and we got to see some brand new characters as well, which is also really cool. There was a lot of things in this episode to really, really like. I mean, there was a lot. Again, I really like some of these background characters here, and it was really cool. And this was just a really mellow and a really sweet episode about the characters and their friendship, about them relying on each other, trusting each other. And everything just worked out, and I really, really liked this episode. I really, really did. And this was a fun episode, and it was just really mellow. And again, another one of those episodes that is very calm, it's slow-paced, but it's also really good. It's really, really good. And so, I gotta say, I really enjoyed this episode. It's definitely a really great episode, I have to say. I really enjoyed this episode. I love the calm. I love how the episode was slow paced. I love how the flow of the story was. And again, it was really cool to be able to see to see the character interactions with each other, to be able to see them working together, and to be able to see them trying each trying in their own way to try to help their friend. And then there was also the point with Twilight making a sweeping remix of a song. Again, adorable and hilarious, and again, I'm just waiting for the moment whenever the fandom can jump on that and make something like that. But again, this was a really good episode. I really enjoyed it. I know, and I know. First of all, some people probably are going to say that this episode didn't have the strongest story. It didn't have, like the best pacing. And so, I mean, that's totally fine. Everybody, some people are going to like it, some people aren't. But I can say also, I know some others are going to have some other fantastic, I don't consider mine whatsoever fantastic, but I know some others are going to have, some other reviewers and reactors are going to have some really wonderful reviews on this episode and going to have a lot of sense of relatability. They're going to really be able to detail the story and everything. So please don't just watch mine. Don't just listen to me ramble on. Please watch other reactors as well, because I know they'll be able to go a lot more in depth. They'll be able to do a lot better than I ever could hope to be, than I ever could hope to do. So please, I implore you, if you've watched up to this point, thank you. But please go watch somebody else, because they're not idiotic like I am. And they know more what they're doing. I have no absolute clue. So again, to everybody that really wanted me to watch this episode, thank you guys again. Really glad that everybody wanted me to watch this episode. Thank you to my friend again as well for really wanting me to watch this episode. And again, thank you again to Hasbro for this episode, and also to everybody that worked on this episode for the beautiful, adorable animation, the little gags, the references, and just how calm and mellow that the story was. I know I've said that plenty of times now, but that's the best way that I can actually think to actually put it. Again, thank you so much for thank you again, Hasbro, and everything, everybody for this episode, and again for making this episode as calm as it was, and for once again proving that not every episode has to be action-packed in order to be good. So again, thank you, and also thank you to my friend for urging me to watch this episode. Hope you enjoyed as well. And to everybody else who wanted me to watch this episode, thank you guys again. So thankful for everybody's comments, for your support and everything. Really I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed the reactions and the commentary as well. So again, I want to hear or read what you guys have to say as well in regard to this episode. So please let me know what you think in the comments below. So thank you guys again for joining, and I will see you guys in the next video that I do. Take care.